Welcome back to my channel. My name is Catherine, and here I work to create a safe space for regular people like myself to just feel encouraged to live our lives more purposefully. And today, we're talking about fear. I've been reading and reflecting, and so I want to, share. Listen, I am in a season of, of growth, of planting, of learning. And I would just like to invite you, yes, you, to come with me. This is a great season. I don't care when you're watching this. This is a great time to just get on our personal development. So with that being said, this may be a longer video. It's okay. We don't always have to have little short pleasures in life. Sometimes, we can enjoy the what is the word? The bitterness of the growth and development. With that being said, let's keep it moving and get right into it. I am a serial entrepreneur. I love all the stages of creating a new business, from creation to infancy, all the progress that's involved in getting it to the stage of flourishing. Money flows to me easily and freely. I never have to be afraid of not having enough. I live in abundance. Yeah, this is my new mantra. This is the new mantra. This is what I have to battle with. Because the old story was, girl, you got a lot of kids. That pretty much secures you to be poor all of your life. I said, I am the daughter of a single parent. So there's limits on my life. Yeah, I'm gonna do all right, you know. I said, I don't wanna be rich. I mean, rich people, I'm not those people. I'm not taking advantage of anybody. I'm good people. I just want to be all right. I just want my fair share. Trust me, if you are walking around with that story, how you gonna get to abundance? I truly am a serial entrepreneur. Um, I started my very first business. Okay, in my mind, I'm in like third grade, but when I remember the school, that's like fifth or sixth grade. So somewhere in there, fifth or sixth grade. Let me tell you, my mother, she worked at Kmart warehouse, and they would, I think, monthly have these salvage sales. These are sales from things, boxes that fail, maybe they got wet, I don't know, irregular, whatever, and they would let the people shop and they get to buy it at a discount. My mother bought me a pack of like 500 pencils, and they weren't the orange pencils. They were painted and they had like hearts and different like designs, right? So she gave this box to me free. And at my school, they had a vending machine where you can buy the orange pencils for like 25 cents a piece, right? I sold my pencils 35 cents or two for 50 cents. So it's still about the same price, but I don't have those ugly orange pencils, and you ain't got to go to the office. I'm right here in your class. And I was very successful, but when the 500 pencils ran out, I don't have a way to get more pencils to keep that business going. But I already had a clientele of people who were used to coming to me to get stuff. So then I took the profits from that and I began buying Mamba candy. Y'all know this candy, or Starburst. Anything that I could buy that was individually wrapped, I could buy the thing and break it down into smaller pieces. And this is the 80s. So right? So I'm like the go-to, and I always had extra money, and I was able to really kind of scale this, and I was very successful. And this is fifth, sixth grade, somewhere like that, right? Also, okay, I'm gonna tell y'all. tell you the truth. This is my biggest flex, right? So back in '04, I went through a horrible divorce, a horrible divorce. I have 7 kids, set the stage, 7 kids. The husband, he had the job. What I had was a very small hustle. I had sold mixed CDs. I spent about $200 on them. I usually sold out through the month, and I would end up with $200 to get, re-up and $200 profit. So, so I had a little side hustle that like that. So when I found myself divorced, I had rent, 7 kids. I had a car payment, and I didn't have any income. And when I tell you it was a bad thing. It was bad. So he didn't offer any help. And so I just found myself in a situation, and I still need to be available to my kids. So this is what I did. I met a guy in the same place where I got my CDs. And he also had a connect where he sold bootleg movies. But what he didn't have is a vehicle. You know what I'm saying? We made a little arrangement, and he connected me with his connect. But our deal was we go in on the inventory, we sell together, we split, and it changed it for everybody. And I still continued with my CDs. I just added the movies, and then that went really well until we started getting enough money to where I could afford a tower, because it was a partnership. We bought our own tower, so then we could not just sell the movies that he got. We could get masters, make that more. We found a wholesale place to buy the cases, and scale that business up to where I'm counting my portion, $1,500 a week. So now we thriving. Okay, also in the hunt to find the wholesale cases and whatnot, found a t-shirt place. And so I began selling the tall tees. I'm from Texas, y'all, so you know the guys, they wearing those long oversized tees. So now I'm getting those tees for a very good price, and then I'm able to sell. We added delivery. So if you were spending a minimum amount, I'll come to you. We set up shop on the weekend at the local flea market. It's called Traders Village in the Arlington, Dallas, Fort Worth Metroplex. That jumped it up some more. I took the t-shirts, and because, you know what I'm saying, I'm in the culture. I'm in the culture. And so I began sewing colored bandanas on the t-shirts. Blue, black, white, gray, red, whatever you went to, that took off to another level. So I ain't saying, you can't really like thrive off bootlegging. It's bootlegging mostly, but not all the parts of it. What I'm saying is I love the challenge of creating businesses, but because it doesn't look official, I'm like downgrading the story. That's the story that I was telling myself for a very long time. So how can I be a successful entrepreneur if I'm still poor, if I'm still the daughter of a single parent, all of the nonsense? This is what I'm telling you. This is what we are all doing. I don't know a person that doesn't have this piece in their lives. And if you want to thrive, and if you want to get and take your life to the next level, we got to deal with this. And I got a couple of strategies, and let's talk about that. Okay, so I never want to be that person that gets you all riled up about, what's going on, but doesn't give you any tangible strategies that you can use to actually to actually get there. So let me share what I'm doing. And I say doing because it's a practice. But first things first, you have to decide what it is you want, right? And not just in your head. You have to write it down and be so specific. So, I I'm starting a business and I have lots of business ideas in my mind, but I know exactly what I'm trying to accomplish here. I know the business. I know what I want it to look like. I know the next business and I know what I want that to look like. And I wrote it all down in great detail. Okay? That's step 1. Write it down. No, step 1. What do you want? Write that down. Your mind forgets, the paper remembers. All right, the next thing that you have to start doing afterwards is you have to start researching, because we're not talking pie in the sky. We're not saying I want to be an astronaut and somebody say, well, what do you got to do to be an astronaut? It may not be an unreachable goal, but what do astronauts do? What kind of education did they get? What time do astronauts get up in the morning? What time do they go to bed? What does a typical day in their life look like for the astronaut? That's how specific you need to be with your research. So, what do successful entrepreneurs do? You know what they do? They read and reflect. They invest in themselves. They take courses on different aspects of what they're trying to create. They join masterminds, surrounding themselves with other successful entrepreneurs in the field or not in the field. You know, you have to do the work. So if we seriously trying to change a behavior, we have to be serious about what we're doing to get there. And third sounds a little woo-woo. It does. But you need a mantra. You need a new mantra to combat that fear and those old stories that we tell ourselves, right? So I've been on a weight loss journey forever, right? But underneath, right behind all these different weight loss journeys, was the fact that I'm from the South. I'm Black. You know, we do thick. You know what I'm saying? We got big, thick thighs. You know, my mom, my aunties, my grandma, and them, my people. You know what I'm saying? We big people. The men, they like them, whatever. So whenever I would start these new challenges or whatever, whenever I'm going vegan, I'm doing this 21-day program, whenever I would start that, as soon as it got hard, those old stories would come up. I don't like to exercise like that. Who wants to be doing all that jumping around and sweating? See, that's what I was combating. But the new story, the real story, is I'm a woman who takes care of herself. I'm a healthy woman, mentally and physically, and I take care of myself. So what does that mean? That means every day I'm giving myself something good. I'm taking care of my body. I am exercising every day. I raise my heart rate every day because that's what healthy women do, right? You know what I'm saying? And so, that's what we need to do. That's what we have to do. So since money flows to me freely and easily, and I'm a successful entrepreneur, when I'm looking at taking a course that costs $997 that is going to help me and going to help my business, I don't wrestle with, can I afford this? Can I do this right now? Listen, I'm a successful entrepreneur and money flows to me easily and freely. This is a thing that I need to do. This is what I'm doing. Period. And that is what I need you to get to. So whatever the goal is, maybe you in college and you're trying to get that degree. Well, and you want to be a successful student. Well, what do successful students do? How do they arrange their life? How do they study? challenge the idea that nobody in my family has ever gotten a bachelor's degree. I'm probably not gonna be able to do that. Listen, my brother, and I don't know if he watched my videos. I love you. Shout out to my brother. My brother once told me that every one of his father's sons goes to prison. So he knew he was going to prison. What? No, no. You ain't leading no life and it's just inevitable that you going to prison? No. It's inevitable that I'm going to be fat. It's inevitable that I am going to be poor. No, no, that's not what we're doing. That's not what we're doing. And we're combating that right here, right now for the rest of our days. So let me recap on these strategies. Step one, what do you want? Decide, what do you want? And write it down. Step two, do that research. Find out what is it gonna take to do or be what you want. Step three, develop the mantra that combats the lie and the fear. And you're gonna use it and you're gonna need it. And I don't care how woo-woo it is. I know your mind might push back, but keep practicing it. And that's the last part. Every day, not you own it on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday. You're like, do I really believe that? Can I really? No, we own it every day, right? Every day. I'm a successful entrepreneur every day. My son, shout out to my son, he called me last week about a job. My son is a businessman. My son is the owner of Apex Athletics. He is an owner and athlete of Apex Athletics, right? So when he was telling me that, things kind of had slowed down, he was thinking about he had gotten a job that didn't pay much, but he needed some more coming in. And I'm like, son, you are the owner and athlete of Apex Athletics. Does the owner and athlete of Apex Athletic go work at a random gym? No, that's not. You have to put your energy in what's real and what the goal is. And sometimes it's scary. But that's when you have to double down. You have to believe it. You have to form the mantra in a way that you believe it and you keep walking in it, and every day you work on it. This is a undeveloped muscle here we working with. It's undeveloped. And yes, it's gonna be uncomfortable. But if you're gonna get them gains, you're gonna have to work on it every day. So to wrap this thing up, because yes, I know that this video is longer and I really hope you stay to the end, because I think it's something that many of us need to hear. Play it again. Play it once a week. Whatever you got to do, reach out. Tell me in the comments, what's your goal? Don't be afraid. That's what we doing here. We not experts. We are just out here trying. So I want other people to share what it is you're working with, share some strategies, share. And I'm gonna revisit this. And if y'all want me to make another video going deeper into these steps, I could do that. I'm really working hard for this. And I'm gonna close this up right now, but I just wanna encourage somebody, I wanna encourage you to don't be afraid to say what you want. And don't be afraid of putting everything you have into achieving that goal. You deserve that. You deserve to prove it to yourself and to your limited sphere of influence that these things can be done. So, until next time.